The new status property in Notion, it comes in 3 different types: to do, in progress, and complete. Today, you're going to learn how to leverage this new Notion status property for better task management. Let's take a closer look. So right here in front of me, I have our task database as a list view and as a board view. And the unique thing about it, it's not just checkboxes. There is a dash inside the checkbox. And that means that the task status is in progress. So if we check the task A, just like this, it's automatically going to be moved to the complete column. And now you might be thinking, what's such a big deal exactly? Well, the truth is that engineers, for example, will have an in review status property for somebody to check out their code before it gets landed. And then the engineers are going to have the ready property for when they checked out the task and can fairly estimate how long it's going to take. So the engineer's view actually looks something more like this. So now as a marketer, I can be using my checklist view without getting into the details of how engineers work. So this way, everybody can be happy. Now let's go ahead and convert our all task database that uses the select fields into this new one that uses status property. So when we click on the first card, you will see that our status here is the select field. You can click on edit property, type, and click on status. So now we've changed the property to status, and here's what it looks like. Let's go to the database settings and see what else we can do. You can click on property over here and find our status column. And here, as you can see, there are 3 buckets. There's to do, in progress, and complete. In review right now is wrongly placed in the to do column, so we're going to drag it to in progress, and everything else seems correct. And here you have the default status property. What this means is that when you create a new task, what property is it going to have in the status column? For example, if we made it ready, so let's set it as default, and if we want to create a new card, it's automatically going to be marked as ready. Demo, and there it is. So you can change it based on your unique setup. Now let's try to configure a few more things. For example, if we go to the layout of the page, by default, it's going to be grouped by the status. But what we can do is, instead of having all of the options available, which might not be relevant to, say, marketers, we can group the status by group. And now we have these 3 main buckets. When we scroll down to our list view, for me as a marketer, I still have the statuses I do not fully understand and want to use. So instead of that, you can click on this property and configure it so that it shows not as a select, but as a checkbox. So this way you see this view. And when you mark a task as complete, it's going to be done. And here comes a little bonus. You can create tasks in Notion from anywhere on your computer with a simple shortcut. In order for you to do this, you'll need to have Bardeen Chrome extension installed. So here I have it. Click on the extension, click on Create New Playbook, which is just an automation, and then find Notion. We're going to create a new page in Notion, find our task database. So here's mine. I'm going to click here to see all of the options available, and in the name of the task, we're going to be asked for this argument every time to be inputted. I'm going to hit enter once, hit done, name this automation. I'm going to call it to do, save it again, and there we have it. Now let's click on the card and give it a name, subscribe, run the automation, and there we have our task edit. It's that easy. You can find the link to Bardeen in the description of this video. Up next, you can learn how to create recurring tasks by clicking on the video right here.